What's good, everybody? I have been very interested in trying something with multicam video editing. Until recently, I didn't even think about this because I only had one camera in the house. While I realized I did also have the iPhone 15 Pro, which has an amazing camera on it, it seemed like a lot of extra work. But now there are two cameras in the house, and I have access to the one and only Davinci Resolve Studio, which makes everything easy from my experience, and I cannot wait to show you just how straightforward it is to do multicam editing. If you've been thinking about shooting multicam and editing it, I want you to know, take the plunge. It's super straightforward. You can go from your A cam to your B cam and back to your A cam with absolutely no muss or fuss. If you could go through and sync up your audio, you can definitely go through and sync up the video. It's very straightforward. Let's take this footage from the A7R5 A cam and the A7CR B cam and put those into Davinci Resolve and see just how straightforward it is to edit this mess. Let's go. I'm actually doing this for the second time because I made a mistake the first time around, and I want to point that out if this is your first time doing any multicam editing, because I failed on this when I originally loaded this up, and I want to make sure to call it out. So drag your footage in from wherever you've got it. You can drag it into any one of the pages you want, edit, media, cut, doesn't make any difference. Once you've got it there, shift click onto your folder structure so you have both of these. If you have different folders, if they're all in the same bin, then you can just see them here. Highlight both of your clips, right click on that and choose create new multicam clip using selected clips. So I'm just going to rename it multi because I don't really care what it's called for our purposes here, but you choose whatever name speaks to you. Frame rate is whatever you've already got on the clips. And for the angle sync, you may have something like in checked or one of these other ones. Select sound for the most basic version of this, and this will work off of, like, if you did a clap at the beginning, it'll be as straightforward as possible. For ease and simplicity, I just leave the move source clips to original clips bin. You can choose to do that or not. Once that's been created, on the left-hand side, you now see there's a new clip that is called multi. And if we drag a multi in and drop it onto our timeline, this is where I made the mistake. I want to be sure that the audio here is from my B cam. And I did this intentionally. I have the A7R5 as the primary camera, and it has got the Sony ECM B10 on it, which is a great mic, but it's further away than it normally would be. I intentionally put the better microphone, my Rode Videomic NTG, on a boom and plugged that into the B cam, or the A7CR in this case, so that I could show you this. All you have to do is right click, switch multicam angle, and choose which one you want. In this case, it has selected my secondary clip as the primary, but that's actually the audio I want. So I'm going to leave this here. And then this is how straightforward it becomes to edit. Once you've got the audio selected, this is where it becomes so powerful. On the top right-hand side, you see this inspector. Usually we've got that open. You can just close the inspector for now because you don't need it. And then underneath it is this little button that says switch to single viewer mode. This is probably what yours looks like by default. When you click dual viewer mode, it's going to bring up that second window. There's a small drop down here that now allows you to select multicam. And this is everything. Now editing is as simple as a click of a button. You have the audio that you want. So go here and select video only. And it's that easy. You can go back to the beginning, start running your clip, and as you want to change an angle, you simply select the angle that you want, and it will make a cut at each point that you select. And notice that our audio did not change at all. This couldn't be any easier. And when you're done, you can highlight all your clips, right click, and create a new compound clip. And now here, you no longer have any of the cuts, and you can work with this as you would one single individual clip, if you so desire. And that's pretty much how it works in Resolve. If you are lucky enough like me to own a Davinci Resolve speed editor or the keyboard, the full keyboard, which I don't own that yet, very jealous of the people that do though. It looks amazing. If you have one of those devices, there are actually multicam buttons on those devices. You can just click the button when you want to make a change, and it has the exact same behavior as the multicam blade tooling through just clicking which one you want as you're going through and editing. And this can be a little esoteric depending on how you're running your footage. I'm actually editing on 4K footage on a 4K timeline, playing back in 4K. My machine can handle that. Yours may not be able to. If you're running into problems with this, especially trying to get those edit points just the way that you want them, you can always cut that down to 1080p or less if you need to make sure that your machine can handle it going back and playing on your timeline. So that's it. The basic, straightforward multicam editing available in Davinci Resolve Studio. Good luck and happy editing.